Welcome to the Daily Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's show is going to be a bit of a funny one because our dear friend Tone here is slightly under the weather, slightly. And I've had a bit of a rough day myself, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. The market hasn't done much, thank God. So we don't have any in-depth analysis to go through. We'll just review. Tone, how are you feeling, mate?
I'm good. I'm good. By under the weather, he doesn't mean that I'm sick. It was I landed in Miami at like 2 p.m. yesterday, and it's the first thing I'm drinking that, as far as I know, doesn't have any alcohol in it.
And for those of you who are wondering, Tone's one of the best drinkers you've ever seen. I've never seen the guy drunk, and I've seen him consume some alcohol. So he's actually a really good drinker. But so if Tone says he's a bit under the weather, you can make your own, conclusions there. Do you want to you want to go first tonight? Do you want to jump in? What do you reckon? You want
Yeah,
me to go
yeah. Let
first?
me. No. Go ahead. Why don't you go first?
All
I
right.
have a feeling like I glanced at the price this morning. I thought I was like reliving yesterday. I think it's at exactly the same price, but we might have hit new all-time highs in the middle of it. So let me get my bearings here while you do some screen share.
Right. It's a funny thing with Bitcoin, and I've said this before in the show, and I got torn down for it. I tend to have my emotions very highly connected with the price of Bitcoin because I spent so much of my day looking at it. And today is the first time probably in the history of Bitcoin where we had the highest ever daily close, and the market's done nothing, and it doesn't look scary or anything like that. But I don't know what it is. Maybe because I had a bit of a rough day back in the real world that I'm not feeling as confident today as I was yesterday. I don't know why. They've got no reason to. We're above every moving average on the daily time frame. As I said, we just had the highest daily close of all time. We're still in the middle of to the back end of an MRI count on the daily, but I still don't feel as good about it as I did. And I don't take anything from that. That's just might be my own personal opinion. I really like the 12 hours just open. We had a bit of a bad 12-hour candle, but it's absolutely nothing. We have come back down and retested the seven. If we were to start getting below the seven, I would be start to looking for that 30 SMA at 67, call it 350 to come back into play here on the 12 hour. But until we below at least the seven at 72 350, so there's $1,000 gap there, or more even. I'm not seeing any reason to worry whatsoever on the 12-hour time frame. We're waiting for markets to open to get any kind of clarity on that. The 4 hour is very much the same. We did close the 4 hour below the seven, and we did come into a MRI top on the 4 hour time frame, which has been quite a few MRI tops in from here. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to do all the numbers for this, but we had an MRI top here, an MRI top here, MRI top here, MRI top here, and another one here. So it's consecutive MRI tops with simply only a 1 to 4 candle correction. I don't know how long we can sustain that for. But so the fact that we are on a red star on the 4 hour time frame right now, I wouldn't be entering a long right now if I wasn't already in one. I am in one, but I would be looking for at least a 30. This is what I said last night. When we start to close below the seven on the 4 hour or the 12 hour or daily or whatever, I start looking for the next line. So my next line would be at 71 300, which would still maintain the higher low whole structure of the market. But barring that, I'd be looking at the 50 at 69.7. And then, I don't want it to come back down here because I'm in this trade very substantially long at 64,996. I'm I want to see this thing move up. Otherwise, I don't know where, but at some point, let's call it below the 30 moving average. If we start to get a close below here, not just a wick, something substantial at 71 300, I'll have to close out this trade and look for the next entry. I don't want to do that. I want to stay in this trade as long as possible. I want it to move up to the next leg, and I don't think I'll get another entry as good as that one. So it's something I have to play by ear. That's just in the trading account, but I'm constantly pulling profits out of this. In every bull market, I've done the same thing all the way through time. I'll quickly go to the 15-minute time frame because Tone will probably look at the hourly time frame. So I'm happy to bring this up. This is Bangbox, the great indicator from Alpha Numerics, which can't wait to bring to you. We are still in a live active trade, but the trade is probably underwater right now. So let's have a look. Where did we get into that trade? We got into the trade at 72. Okay, we've still got a little bit of room to go, but we have come back down and crossed underneath. We did it here. We crossed below the moving average. We've crossed below it here, so we're eligible to get new signals. So you're happy to stay in that trade, and we've still got plenty of room to go. 2% before that trade is looking in any kind of trouble. Let's have a look where that trade would be in trouble at 70,970. So we got plenty of room to go before this is of any concern. I still feel like, well, more often than not, these things are going to be positive. So we're sticking in the trade and sticking in all my private trades, but I don't know why. I have a funny feeling about the market right now. Tone, what do you think?
Yeah, let me go through the charts. I think I'm a little more bullish
Good.
than you are. Nothing's still changing. We have the weekly that's on a 6. If we look at all the other oscillators, I really like the CMF. The CMF was downwards trending, but very, very clearly on this upswing, we've broken this declining trend line on the CMF. The RSI is in an overbought territory, and this is the weekly RSI. It is close to, I'm going to zoom in on the RSI. Let's see where we are. Now, in relation, this one did not pull back as much. I want to see how high the RSI got back in April of 2021. And this was November of 21. So that was monster divergence.
Yeah.
So that should have been a signal. I mean, I missed this signal, this RSI being so much lower. So we're still not at the same hype as we were in 2021, in the first half of 2021. So there's still room on the RSI. It is definitely overbought. We're sitting here at 90. The top was closer to 95. Let's see if it reaches right around the halving. But most importantly, I generally don't get too concerned on MRI count number 6. MRI count number 6 is usually, I mean, I'm in the trade from the green star candle when I'm trading the MRI only. But around candle number 6 is when I'm most confident that we are going to go higher, and the top is going to come somewhere between candle number 8, 9, or the following candle. So 8, 9, or 1, because it kind of rolls over. So at candle number 6, I mean, this is where I have the most confidence. And not only is it candle number 6 on the weekly chart, it's also candle number 6 on the daily chart, which again makes me super confident. I mean, we can look at the last candle number 6, which was also, a similar bearish candle after a big run up in the beginning of the count. And we can look at candles number 7 and candle number 8, and they just, took us to the upside. If we go back here, candle number 6 was a nice bullish candle. And even right here, right, where we didn't even make it to an MRI top, candle number 6 was a small bearish candle like we're working on right now. And the following candle was a green candle. The following candle was a green candle as well, but it just couldn't clear the prior set of candles. In general, if I back up, well, my count kind of starts ending. I can get, yeah, because there's a limit to how far back it can display numbers. But in general, candle number 6 gives me almost no concerns on average. So I remain bullish here, even on the daily chart. I mean, we may close as a down day, but tomorrow I'll be bullish still. So right now, on the weekly and the daily, I'm pretty bullish here. The allocation chart remains 100%. I'm not taking anything out, not crazy concerned. Short-term charts, yes, there is a 4-hour MRI top. So a 1 to 4 candle correction, we can count the MRI top candle as that first candle. And the MRI top candle here actually did break the count. This is candle number 2, so maybe 2 more candles, maybe a little bit more down the rest of the day. but I still think we're gonna break these highs later this week, either tomorrow or Friday. Today is when what is today?
Thursday.
Today's Thursday. Okay. So
Thirsty
either Friday.
Thursday.
Okay. So either Friday or maybe over the weekend again. I mean, again, it was so weird having the market just go up on both Saturday and Sunday. So maybe that can happen again. We'll see. But yeah, I'm still bullish here going into Friday. The S&P remains very, very strong. Yesterday was a consolidated day. Today in the futures market, we're looking a little bit bullish. A little surprised Tesla is falling quite a bit. The pre-market, it's set to open. Actually, no, pre-market, it's set to open pretty low, but it's reaching this bottom trend line again. So I expected it to bounce off of this trend line. I'm still expecting it to bounce off of this downwards trend line. The last move up did not take it to the top of the trend line. So I am expecting it this time. I'm not going to be bullish Tesla unless we break the prior swing high, which is actually easier to do now than in all the prior times it went down through. I mean, it broke the downward trend line, but it never broke the prior swing high, and it never broke the MRI resistance line. So that's going to be the challenge now.
Do you
And
remember in a show we did a few weeks ago? Can you put it on Tesla again on the weekly and just we'll go through what I said maybe 3 weeks ago. I'd be really interested in and just make the chart a little smaller and go back to the big COVID crash as well. I'd be really interested in Tesla.
oh,
Oh,
the
is
big
Alpha?
COVID crash.
Oh, yeah, is Alpha on? Yeah, that I put Alpha numerics on,
That's
please,
back
mate.
here.
No, 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 no. Go. Oh, not COVID crash. Just in the is it the COVID crash? Just in the dip in 2022. Yep. And just put
Uh-huh.
alphanumetrics on for a second. Yeah, right there. Um, that's what I'm looking for. Another green diamond on Tesla. I think that's
Right.
a really
Yeah, there
good
was an
entry.
MRI warning, but I never got a proper MRI buy indication. Yeah, how close are we to that green diamond? Probably
Very,
close, right?
very, very, very.
Yeah, I mean, we had a green star candle that did not take us higher. We're now having a red star candle, but we also have MRI support. So,
Maybe even
um,
there. Maybe even that would be perfect if we hit the MRI support and resistance and came in with a weekly green star on Tesla, which is
yeah, I
always
mean,
respected.
we can bounce next week, but it is a little surprising how well the S&P overall is doing,
Yeah.
with Tesla kind of being the laggard here.
Yeah, that gives me more confidence in Tesla.
All right, that's pretty much it for me. I know people are asking to look at some stocks. I'll do that on my own channel. I probably haven't done a show since last Sunday or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, 1 hour, 1 hour. Let me look at the 1 hour chart.
yeah,
We're bouncing already here. I
good.
mean, today can still be a green day.
Yeah, I mean
We'll see
that's
how it performs. Like I will know so much more at like 10:30 in the morning, New York time. Right now, I'm back on New York time, and it's 9 a.m. right now. I'm here in Miami. So this could have been the bounce. This morning's bounce. All it has to do is make it through 10 a.m. without a reversal back down. And I think today could be another good day. I think the ETFs continue to buy an unreasonable amount of Bitcoin. Can't wait to see the numbers over the weekend on what happened the week before, during this week on the purchases. All right, I'm gonna come
yeah,
off screen share.
yeah. And look, I totally agree. There's nothing wrong with the market. My funny mood is based on my own personal reasons. But I mean, the fact is, I just wrote down some numbers here. They're quite rough. I'm in 0.55 Bitcoin profit on this trade in the week. The week before 0.48, the week before 0.38, zero point 0.2, zero point 0.1, and zero point 0.1 the week before. This is basically since we started this show. And I've had two trades of 0.02 losses. So it's been incredible trading since we started this show. And you might say, well, if I had just entered that first trade and still been in it, I would have probably done better. my time in trading has told me that just keep pulling these great trades, and I think that's the point. Like that, this has been the best trade of all of them since we started the show. Every time I've made profit, I've been able to lower leverage and increase the position by making it more safer to trade, but with a bigger balance with less leverage. And so I'm happy to keep pulling these profits out, and I can always re-enter when we go higher. So we're at that point now where it's such good profit that I'm personally feeling that it might be enough. And if you're watching this show right now, and if you're in that sensational profit, yeah, you might be wise to start pulling some of that out. You can always get back in. I still think I'd love to hold this position to 80 pre-halving. That would be the best solution all around, but we'll see what happens. I will pull it if we start to drop down, and I'm awake for it. So that's awesome. Please visit tonebase.com, alphanumetrics.com. Please like and subscribe. Please use the affiliate links in the description below. That helps the channel a lot. And we can't wait to see you tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow. Tone will be in a better mood and we'll know exactly which way the market's gone. I really hope the market open and the US market's open strong. Bitcoin can have that little dip that it just had, bounce off those SMAs and continue onwards and upwards. Thanks, Tone.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Good show.